I know what you're thinking, but sadly, you'd be wrong. Nope, I'm not testing some tar-ripping, face-morphing performance beast, but rather a mundane, everyday car. So why the helmet? Well, this car, instead of it being sold with 1-year insurance, most of my fellow motoring scribes would prefer that it came with a helmet and possibly a 5-point safety harness. In actual fact, they'd prefer if this car wasn't sold at all. But to be honest, I never really understood what all the fuss was about. After all, it is cars like the Datsun GO that I learned to drive in, and here I am today. And you know, judging by the massive sales success since the brand's reintroduction in 2014, I'm clearly not the only one. But can the refreshed Datsun GO and GO Plus finally silence the safety police? But before we talk the serious business of safety, let's take a look at the things that matter most to consumers: styling and tech. Can we just start with the wheels? Now, while we do all appreciate the efficiency benefit, owning a car running on Mari biscuits just never ever look cool. They both now thankfully come standard on 14-inch wheels, steel with covers on the mid-spec and alloys on the Lux. Looks better, handles better, good job. But you can also further personalize your GO, as you can see on our test units, with the boot spoiler, the roof rails and the chrome detailing added. Now, while the previous face wasn't offensive, it didn't really stand out from the crowd much either. But with new front and rear bumpers, a new front grille and the repositioning of the fog clusters, which now include daytime running lights in the Lux spec, it is all go on the cool stakes. Reverse parking sensors have been added, as well as follow me home headlights, while the Lux models give you a rear wiper with washer and body color door handles. Both the GO and GO Plus are essentially the same cars. Same wheelbase, same width, same ground clearance. But to accommodate the extra row of seats, the GO Plus is just over 200 millimeters longer and weighs around 200 kilograms more. You know, bizarrely enough, I couldn't find any figures for the boot capacity, but frustratingly, I still can't access the boot from the rear. Anyway, boot space with the GO seems adequate. We were able to fit all of our gear in, so not a bad job at all. Now, usually I would recommend to people the 7-seater option, not for the third row of seats, but for the benefit of the additional boot space. Sadly, in the GO Plus, when you flip those pointless rear seats forward, you've actually got less usable boot space than in the GO. You're going to have to unbolt that third row, but then you sit without a boot lid cover. The first thing you're going to notice when you get into the refreshed Datsun GO, the cuddle bench seat is gone. Thank goodness. Now they've got normal individual seats. And you know, for me, all round, the build quality is acceptable. You get ultimately what you pay for. But what is a nice touch is the inclusion of the two-tone on the dash, because it really just uplifts the interior of the GO. But I think where they've been really fantastic is just the level of tech and spec that they've included standard across the entire range. You've now got power windows all around, front and rear. As mentioned earlier, we've now got electric side mirrors. That's brilliant. There is a USB connectivity, there's Bluetooth, which is brilliant. But obviously the big talking point is going to be the 7-inch touchscreen, which works really well, super easy, and it's really fast as well. But what they are doing as part of a launch special is offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. And you know, at the end of the day, this is actually what convinces consumers to buy the vehicle, is it's this level of tech, not the safety features. But safety is now non-negotiable in the refreshed GO, because they've now included twin airbags as well as ABS across the entire range. You happy now? So nothing's changed under the bonnet. The 1.2 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine is still powering the GO range with 50 kilowatts and 104 Newton meters. It's really adequate for what this car is. We need to remember this is a commuter, your daily driver. There are no sporty aspirations here. But the fact that you do have a 5-speed manual transmission, I think, is important, because you're going to need to work through the gears to eke out every last bit of performance out of this. And it revs happily up to 5,000 RPM. Obviously, a lot of torque with the previous generation around the ability of the Datsun GO to stop. It stopped just fine. It didn't have ABS, but ABS isn't what's doing the stopping. So now you've still got the same old brake setup, ventilated discs in the front and a drum brake at the rear. All around adequate. You literally are getting what you pay for. But it's not bad. It's not rattly. It's not bouncing all over the place. It's going to get you there. But where Datsun really needs to be applauded is their clever packaging with the GO range. The fact they've continued to offer that 1-year free insurance as standard, brilliant. In a market where buyers generally tend to cancel their cover soon after purchase. The fact that they don't offer a service plan as standard to keep the price down, brilliant. Why do you want to pay a manufacturer up front for something that you're only going to benefit from annually? At the end of the day, it is warranty that gives you peace of mind, not a service plan, and the GO range does come standard with a 3-year 100,000 warranty. The entire GO range is covered by just on 30,000 Rand. The entry-level GO Mid is going to set you back just on 145,000 Rand, and then the range tops out with the GO Plus Lux at 176,000 Rand. What Datsun have done is taken a massively popular package and just made it even more appealing with all the tech and specifications that they've now included as standard. And with the inclusion of ABS and airbags across the entire range, they've really left the critics with nowhere to go.